So we're going to start with Battered Crow. And who last time around we left holding a gun under his chin. I'm going to offer you a devil's bargain.
Okay.
Pull the trigger, and everything changes. Doskvol returns similarly in a way to the way it was, the cults themselves having been set back, a plan put in motion for the best part of a century, now completely compromised. Held up to the point where everything as you have been fighting it isn't the threat that it once was.
So... Crow. Pulls the trigger.
And in a Charter Hall precinct, a blue coat walks through the station. Large box in hand, and knocks on the door by kicking at the base of it. Sasha, you hear the dun 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 as the handle is worked down by this blue coat's elbow. Just forces the door open with the shoulder, throws this box onto the table, and it took a while to pick everything up. Part of the investigation or something like that. Said that Taisha Rossi asked for it. Without any further word, leaves.
Nope. Just... And then silent.
Looking through it, this is evidence from cases years gone by. Box itself, as you take the lid off, brushing away the dust, reveals the year of the when this investigation was concluded in 793, almost 50 years ago. This has been sat in an archive, gathering dust. The basement that you once called an office, now forgotten, still sits unused as your investigation continues into a cult which, in another time, was much more of a threat. And meanwhile, you do, of course, have someone on the inside. However, the nature of the cult means that they likely also have people within the blue coats. As you begin to look through the documents, at which point there is another knock at the door. This one a bit more controlled, less aggressive, rather than an actual knock rather than a series of kicks. And a sergeant walks in.
How may I be of service, Sergeant?
Oh, just checking in, really. We had a message from the Spirit Wardens this morning. They want to incorporate one of theirs into what's going on here.
Understandable. The nature of this investigation would be, their expertise would be insurmountable.
Yeah, good luck dealing with it.
You know,
That thing's been
do.
kicking. Huh. No, that's what they're sending. Been stomping around since, well, before I signed up. That thing scares the still warm piss out of me.
Takarasi don't care easily, sir.
It's not that it's scary, it's... Oh. You know when you get that feeling, pit in your stomach, something's wrong.
Sure.
Yeah, get used to that feeling. And as the day goes on, it's later leaving, heading deeper into Charter Hall towards Bellwether Crematorium, where as you approach, the gates creak open and a new associate emerges. This thing is occasionally seen out and around. Most people can remember it. It's been there for at least 60 years. Wyverian, could you please introduce us?
This entity approaches Sasha. Designation: Rusted Crow. Former known: Nathan Esting. Call sign: Battered Crow. At your service. This entity looks like a typical Spirit Warden. Very lifelike in its detail. About human size. And it just stands there staring at you.
It's tiny little details that give it away. You notice that the mask is bolted on. There's nothing behind it.
Well, Rusted Crow, was it?
Affirmative.
Come on in. You won't be doing any investigation out there. It's got a bulk of paperwork, documents earlier today.
We're going to jump across as the two of you, these two figures, head back towards the precinct. Where would you like to go to? Would you like to go to your insider, or see what's happening with Gaz?
Let's see the insider. I feel like that would make more sense.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Caroline.
Not that you don't make sense.
With a deal made, you maintain your place within the cult. However, you have connections to the Bluecoats, and this all just got very, very departed. There are those that show up routinely, the numbers that seem to be growing by the day. However, things have been held up somewhat with the recent events. With no Nathan, Rebecca was never saved from police captivity. The body, she faced execution, a body was delivered to the Spirit Wardens and destroyed. Things are moving ahead, at least for the cult as is, but not with the same purpose and magnitude as previously. Is there anything you would like to do?
I think probably get an idea what has been up recently. What's the goal for the time, and assess of if it poses any threats.
Okay, so there are certainly a couple of options for you here, where you have the option of a centralized, essentially a centralized attack on the heart of the operation, which is obviously what all of this is gearing up towards. At the same time, they are looking to bring an entity into the world that could potentially change everything and life as you know it. However, there are still vulnerabilities and weaknesses that could be exploited, that of profaned or defiled targets, which would further weaken the cult before making that final strike.
Yeah, I'll go with this one first.
Okay, so profaned.
Just a quick question.
Yeah, for sure.
Does Caroline and by extent Baz still have the memories of what happened before? That the cult has unleashed the Red King?
Not those memories, no, because none of this has happened. But everything that's happened so far has still occurred, but there's been slight differences.
Okay.
Yeah, time has been changed with.
So she doesn't know, for
Battered
example,
Crow.
about the writings on the.
Oh yeah, they still know. Yeah, still know about all of that. The layer is still there. It's
okay.
Essentially now everything has been delayed, so they still yet to do that final ritual, which involved obviously the possession of Arasi. So, what sort of target would you like to investigate? There's obviously any of those that are kind of that are on the roadmap. You've got options of profaned or defiled, or obviously the layer as well. So, give me one moment. I will look up the definitions of those because I'm really prepared. This is how you run games. Flame without a shadow. So the defiled are corrupted victims, whereas the profaned are corrupted foes. So those that are more. Do they follow out of allegiance, or do they follow out of some sort of malignant process that's brought several of these people on board?
Got the feeling that it would be more efficient to go after the profane. They are probably more zealots, if that's the word.
Okay. Any particular ideas that you have that you'd like to explore, really?
Make them get them in trouble with the law is the quickest thing I can think of. Dig out every secret they could have and lend them at the Bluecoats.
Okay, very cool. So this is uncovering the identity. There's those who are involved. Everything is very much kept behind. Secrets are buried within secrets. Its identities are uncertain. You've seen one figure around that's a recurring face. Who they are remains a mystery. Certainly, similarly to yourself, someone who is evidently a whisper, but larger physique and often shows up with bloodied knuckles.
That means potential victims. That means potential spirits that would like to talk.
Make me a check.
Okay. Can I go with hunt rather than attunes? Just
For sure, yeah.
I mean, I could go with attune, but I would just use that, and that I don't think it's very
If you want,
fair.
okay. If you want to use hunt, yeah, absolutely. Very nice. As you're able to track down those that have been press ganged into being involved. Family members are threatened, often beaten violently, particularly focusing on Barrowcleft, the agricultural district. And following this figure one night who keeps her face covered, you just see the very large kind of wide-brimmed hat and a cloth mask pulled up over the nose and mouth. Just the eyes, which you do notice as well, has heterochromia. One blue, one green.
Okay.
Well, and as you see, this figure goes into a typical Barrowcleft house, built high, narrow, And moments later, a figure is pushed out the front door. They roll down the steps into the muddy ground. This figure walks over, picks them up by the collar, leans in close, whispers something. Don't hear what's too much of a distance, and then with a final punch, renders them unconscious and just leaves them there in the mud and rain. Walks off. Speaking of rendering people unconscious,
yes.
let's. It's misty, usual misty morning as Gaz heads through Gaddock Station. Suitcase of meager possessions in hand, and boards the train. Takes a seat. This is
As
it.
he's sat down, his fingers are just constantly tapping. The train hasn't even started moving yet, but he's already anxious, thinking that something's gonna happen, something's gonna come up, something's gonna come in, tell him that he needs to go, and he's just his eyes are darting around, waiting for something or someone to ruin this for him.
You hear the whistle of the train pierce the air. The doors close as you see several railjacks begin to mount, take positions in the open air vestibules between the carriages. And there's that first lurch as the train begins to move. It gains a bit of momentum, a bit more, and then suddenly a jolt. As doors are once again opened and two bluecoats enter either side.
Gaz kind of just looks up at them and just puts his head back down. Just please, literally anyone else. We have an entire train. Come on.
As one of them comes, sits down opposite you, and are you aware of the terms of your probation, Mr. Colburn?
Could you inform me of the legal line between aware and compliant? Because that impacts my decision.
I mean, not being truly aware, and if there's any confusion in 6 months, and well, I mean, you can take a day, maybe even a week, but the way I see it, you've still got 4 months left.
Time is hard, you know.
It is. Cloud Spire is a wonderful city, I'm sure, but it will still be there in 6 months.
Did you really have to stop a train? You've inconvenienced all these fine people for my sake. Come on now, it's just not economical. I don't understand why. It's just it doesn't have to be this hard.
Oh no, absolutely. Let's not inconvenience them any longer. Take it.
All right. Gaz stands up, puts his cap back on, grabs the briefcase. Are we gonna skip the alley this time, or do you need to get a few whacks in for your own benefit?
It's... As you disembark, one of them with a truncheon sort of swipes at the back of your leg. As you collapse back onto the platform, and it's slipped. You need to be careful with these things. I can do a number on you.
Yeah.
Puts it back in the belt. As in a blue coat interview room. There's one of those blue coats, one of the arresting officers has the briefcase open, going through everything that's in there, picking out a few kind of items, throwing them down onto the table. As Officer Iden enters, says to the officer who's going through all your belongings, give us a couple, mate, give us a couple. Pulls a chair out, sits down opposite you. Oh, why did you do it, Gaz?
I don't understand what anyone in this city has to gain for me staying here.
Well,
I figured leaving would be what's best for everyone, really.
Well, it's a few. Let's put it this way: it's a few pips on a badge on a way to a promotion. It's an easy collar. Looks good on the paperwork. Honestly, if you'd waited, you could have gone. That's it, no problems. Legal fights are one thing. Skipping town is another.
So, what now?
I could probably get you, at least keep you out of Iron Oak. But comes with some service of a sort.
And how long till I can leave Doskvol?
I mean, I can have a few words. Might even be able to get it reduced.
What's the service?
I don't know the details. It's a small operation, but it's dealing with the weird stuff. It's led by one of them. Sort of nods in the general direction of Six Towers, and specifically, the meaning of the Taichirosi Quarter. Not a bad figure. Keeps to herself, but I mean, Taichirosi was new. So, but there's something going on, some kind of thing that's happening up in some kind of investigation. Now, word that's spreading is that somebody there that might be a bit of a threat, and they might want a few people, deniable asset. Crack a couple of skulls.
I see they got my resume.
No. It's called your record for the record.
I'll have you know that's just as good. So
now
who...
about on this.
Oh.
You don't go up against any of the gangs. There's no target on your back. At least not from any of the ones we know about. Do your bit, and maybe a magistrate looks upon you kindly. Maybe you put in your skills to a valuable use.
I really have a feeling this is one of those things I can't exactly say no to, so I think it's best if we just get started. Sooner we start, sooner we're done.
First time offence, you're looking at 3 years for running.
Fine. Can you tell me anything about this Taikarosi?
Where's the blue? Thinks to herself.
Really?
Really, yeah. I guess the others didn't tell her that you don't do that, but apparently she didn't get the memo.
Huh. That's just... Okay. Did not expect that. Yeah, let's go see this, Taikarosi blue coat.
Step right up. Right this way for the finest spectacle on earth. You won't believe your eyes. And as he signs you out, hails a cab, and the two of you make your way into Charter Hall. Going up the large front stairs leading into the precincts. He walks in, confidently goes up to the sergeant, and sort of drumming his hands on the reception desk, he goes, looks at the duty sergeant, goes, "We see the lizard. Got a conscript." As sergeant opens up a little door at the side, and second floor, third office on the right. And the door is opened. I've got someone for your interests. To you, Sasha. Yeah.
Wow, we've gone from kicking to knocking and just opening doors. Wow. Well, is it you?
Yeah, it's me. Hello, pleasure to meet you.
Are you Spirit Warden too?
No.
Oh. Didn't I look to the person who first said something? What?
I'm the cannon fodder. I get thrown at the problem, and they hope I don't come back. Nice to meet you. Name's Gaz.
He's got a mean right hook. You want somebody that can throw a couple of punches, take a couple. Easy boy.
Nice.
Making this as part of him.
Well, I got a nice left hook, so I guess we'll be balanced now.
I'd like to see that.
I'll leave you to get acquainted. Have fun, Gaz. Look after yourself.
You have a
Do
name?
my best. Oh, yeah. Gaz Colburn, if I can pull up my character sheet.
Why are you playfully saying your name like that? Well,
something in my throat, sorry. Yes, no, Gaz Colburn. And you?
Officer Sasha Wyatt.
You had a strange pause in your cadence as well. I think it's spreading.
Oh yeah, I think we need some lozenges.
Yeah. They definitely have those at Doskvol, yeah.
Yeah.
They just taste like mushrooms.
Yeah.
At this point, you also notice that you're also joined by another figure who hasn't moved, just stood in the corner.
What? Oh. Who are you? Are you also part of this merry band?
Wyverian?
Turns to look at Sasha to see if I even need to respond. Not hearing
We
audio.
don't hear you.
Hello.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
there we are.
There we go.
The fan is really loud.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just nod your head if I should respond. Designation, Rusted Crow. Part of the Spirit Warden.
Do they consider you a full member, or what? I've
Hey,
never
play
really
nice.
been sure about the, You know what, I won't finish that. Best to keep... Never mind. Nice to meet you, Rusted... What? Rusted Crow?
Correct.
Rusted Crow. Have you two been acquainted long?
Have we? How long
I
ago
thought it was
did
like...
Probably a couple of days at this point.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Day.
So can someone tell me what exactly is going on here? All I've been told is weird shit.
I point to like the corkboard we have, where there's pins and
String everywhere.
yeah, strings, yeah, triangulation, and such.
I'm gonna be honest, that is
And-
incomprehensible.
Yeah. Oh
Give me the
no,
notes.
I understand what I did there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd look over at the corkboard, try to get like a general view of what's going on.
Several points. This operation seems to be spread out. There seems to be no one centralized location. All the operations have been single events, which it's the proverbial adage about cutting off the head of the serpent, which apparently you're just chopping off at this point. Looks more like, especially from the investigative point of view, so just chopping off sections of tail.
I point to like a figure, and it's Caroline. This is an insider. She's one of our assets. In the inside. That's what an insider means. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
I know I'm gutterborn, but I can understand words. All right.
It's
Ask me to
morning,
spell them, we
sorry.
may have problems, but I understand words.
Good to know. Oh my
Are we gonna meet up with this insider at some point?
Probably.
Do we have some plan of action for today? Are we just waiting for something to come up?
Yeah, some intel from her would be nice to know what steps have been taken and what would be the best to counteract them.
Okay.
And with that, let's go to a rendezvous. Much more casual, with the don't wear a blue coat uniform to meet with confidential informants. It's generally a giveaway. And where would you like to meet?
I'll let Apatura decide.
Caroline? Apatura?
Oh yes, it's cut off at Underworld, so I wasn't sure. Probably on a tea shop of some sort, like a place with a lot of people who mind their own businesses.
Yeah, for sure. There's quite a lot of clamour as you enter the building. Most of the tables are fully occupied. Various age groups, demographics, and you see Caroline, sort of far end, in one of the quieter corners. Have we just lost Apatura?
Oh.
Hello?
Yeah?
Apatura's there.
Yeah?
Okay, cool. It's just not, it wasn't visible, so yeah, you see so you see Caroline at the far end in the quiet corner.
Hey, Leah. As I walk
Hi.
towards her.
Hi. Good to see you. There's the others with Sasha.
Is Rusted Crow there?
Yes. I mean, realistically, unless given a specific option, he follows Sasha. Unless given a specific order, he follows Sasha around at this point.
I can
I
try
think
puppy.
knowing there'll be a rendezvous and we're trying to keep it low, Sasha would be like, you could sort these by like dates and relevance while we're gone,
Not part of my functions.
Oh, then what are your functions?
To destroy occult threats, to discover occult threats, to labor for the Wardens.
See, this sorting is like, it may not seem like destroying the occult, but it is, actually. It's helping.
Do not make a mockery of my duties.
I'm not. Look. Let's just say you're not the most. Well, actually, other than small details, you don't actually. You know what? You can come along. I doubt people look that closely. Because if they will, I'm not really the most incognito too.
Yeah, everybody sees the mechanical Spirit Warden.
Yeah.
I'd just like to point out we've got some pale chick with black fingers, a Taikarosi, and a robot all sitting around a tiny little tea table. And Gaz is not helping, because whenever I imagine Gaz, he's just like this hulking figure. I'm just imagining him sat down in this little tea chair, just... Like, this is the most inconspicuous visit I can imagine. Now,
actually, this is up to live, but obviously walking around as a spirit with the, Spirit Warden mask draws specific amounts of attention that may not be wanted. Would it be fair to say that since the face mask is bolted on, would I maybe have a selection of different faces I could bolt on in its place, essentially? Basically change out my face as needed. So
like a Lego man?
Kind of.
Okay. I did a fortune roll. Yes, but none of them look natural. It's not like they're all sort of mannequin faces, or there's one which is actually completely featureless. and things. That it's that kind of falling into that kind of uncanny valley that's
Okay. Well, for this meeting, I would say that Crow would have chosen one of those faces, one that is very eerily, well, uncanny valley of Nathan's.
it's like the new range of Ken dolls with appearing as an
This Ken is a Spirit Warden.
homeless man.
If given the chance, I'd move up to Sasha and be like, "Hey, maybe you should try to dress up like real nice, and we can try to pose as like your attendants or something." I feel like it's probably a noble thing to have a robot servant. I don't know.
Do I look like I have really nice clothes? I'm a blue coat.
I acquisition them as part of an active investigation. I don't know. Are you telling me
Sure.
there's nothing in a lockup that would look better? That wouldn't look better than what you have on now? Really?
So
Yes, I said that. You have a problem.
yeah, actually. But you know what? I am gonna go to evidence and try to find something really nice.
I feel like we're already there.
Wow.
Why is this being debated now?
We're doing a flashback.
I'm not spending the
I'm
drain
sorry.
for that.
You know what? I will.
If you want to make a check, go for it.
Is this like a deception? Oh no, we don't have that.
Drip or die,
Stop.
Robyn. Drip or die.
You know what? Let's see if Sasha can.
I'd
Let's
like to
go with-
apologize as Rogue.
I mean, it's kind of
Deceived.
payback for all the time erase through.
Wow,
the
you look
character.
like an undercover cop.
Hello,
You actually
fellow
have like a
customers.
pistol poking out of like your waistband.
This
Like,
is
half
how
your
you do,
badge is
fellow
poking out.
students.
Hello, fellow customers.
Hello. I do drink tea, yes.
Hello, not informant person. Oh my goodness. Sasha. Okay. So, how's your business? Leah? It was Leah, right? I said Leah.
Yes.
Well, it came to me that despite all seeming kind of well, that we have an employee who has some habits with his fist. So
Oh.
I was thinking of checking up on him and having a word on how he behaved.
Well, where does he frequent, you know? Just curious.
Oh, the agricultural area. I saw him pay a visit to a nice farmer lately. It wasn't very pleasant.
Mhm.
I'm sure I can find many people he paid that sort of visit.
Well, wish you luck with that new employee in your business.
Figure maybe you're quite a social person. If I give you a name, maybe you can ask some of your friends if they know him, and we could gather Yeah, there's some of his close ones who maybe give him a wake-up call. If he keeps doing that, he won't be able to stay at his job for very long.
Absolutely, yeah. Just give me a name.
Live, do I have a name?
No.
Or can I call him Gary?
Gary.
You legitimately don't have this guy's name. It's
Oh, okay.
It's identity. His identity is unknown.
Yeah.
Alright, mask. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Metagaming.
I unfortunately don't have a name yet. But I do have a dress for his unfortunate acquaintance.
Good to know. Just
Acquaintance words. Thinking maybe we could pay them a visit. And
absolutely,
see if
yeah.
they have things to say. Who are your weird friends?
Oh, they're my servants.
You're not exactly normal yourself, lady. I don't know if you've noticed. My name's
Yes.
Gaz.
Designation, Rested Crow, formerly known as Nathan Esting, the Battered Crow.
We're using code names.
No one gave me a code name. I just showed up half an hour ago. What do you...
Code name. What does that mean? Code name. What are you talking about?
God, I'm
Didn't
just so
say
silly
that.
sometimes. Yeah. It wouldn't really help much anyways. My nickname is Bass.
You changed a letter?
Technically two, but a Z to an S isn't much of a difference.
Exactly.
Extend the name Basilisk.
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 Oh,
It's a pretty good name. How'd you
I
come
think
up
I've
with
been
that?
called that once. Anyways,
Anyway.
yeah, the address?
So I am a master in interpersonal relationships, specifically of the face-to-face variety. I like to get up close and personal and thoroughly talk things out with someone. That's my purpose in this endeavor. So if you have any tough acquaintances that need a good talking to, I can make sure to be very persuasive.
Well, that's certainly appealing. I think those people in particular got already very good talk, and
I assure you I am better.
Good.
So, in uncovering the identity of a potential threat within the cult.
You have just finished listening to this week's episode of Blades in the Dark, What Happens in the Dusk, part of the Domain Gaming, written and told by Livespark. A special thanks to you, the listener, and if you wish to continue supporting us, subscribe, like, and share. As always, comments are welcomed. Until the next chapter.
You've heard the silent song.
We all have the legend, the curses.
Some foolishness about a world as it was meant to be.
A city of ghosts.
An illusion that you can begin again.
How much would you give for silence?